is the life for me. Land spreading out so far and wide. Keep Manhattan, just give me that countryside.
Nature's Pickins.
The place to be. Farm living is the life for me. Land spreading out so far and wide. Keep Manhattan, just give me that countryside.
Nature's Pickins.
Good afternoon, everyone. This is Michelle Higby from Nature's Pickins, located on 464 Connellsville Street in Uniontown. The phone number at the store is 724-438-4211. That's 724-438-4211. That's 464 Connellsville Street in Uniontown, right next to the Dairy Queen. See, give a little advertisement for the Dairy Queen. Hey, I just wanted to wish everybody, I know it's belated, but a happy Thanksgiving. We're not on here on Thanksgiving, and the week before, I had a bout of laryngitis. Don't know where that came from, but I couldn't hardly talk. I blamed it on TJ, just so you all know. But no, seriously, I couldn't talk. So we had to run a rerun, which is, I think is okay, because we put a lot of information out there. Sometimes when you hear it the second time, you get a better respect for it because you hear some things you didn't hear the first time. So, but anyways, happy Thanksgiving. I hope everybody had a good Thanksgiving. They got to spend it with family and friends. That's what it's all about. So there it is. What's going on at Nature's Pickins? Oh my, let's see. To start with, we have a Toys for Tots box at Nature's Pickins. I think this is a wonderful thing that they do. And for the last four or 5 years, we've had a Toys for Tots box up there. And I feel very proud that we have people that bring in new toys and put in the box, and I put them in, and so do the girls. And just because I know that there's a lot of kids out there that really look forward to getting a present at Christmas time. So if you feel it, if you in your heart and you can do it, please drop something off to the box. I know things are tight for a lot of people, and I perfectly understand that, but it is there if you need someplace to drop a toy. We have one at the store. Also, what different sales do we have going on at Nature's Pickins? Well, we have the Bluebonnet Targeted Choice. You know, that's the liver support, the urinary tract support, the pain and inflammation, the brain formula support, the adrenals, the thyroid. All the targeted choices are on sale this month. And here's what happens with that. If the company gives it to me on sale, I pass those sales on to you because they're a great product. They're good, great formulations. Like the one I have here, I'm going to be talking about the brain today. So I brought down a formula that I have taken for years. It's called Power Thought, and it's one of Bluebonnet's older formulas, but it's still a really good brain formula. So it's called Power Thought. But they have one that's one of the targeted choices called Brain Support. And it's a really good formula as well. But so I pass these cells on to you because I want you to try these different formulas because they work really well. The urinary tract is probably one of our biggest sellers from Bluebonnet. And it has like the Demanos and cranberry and dandelion and hibiscus in it. And it's a really, really good formula. So might be if you're having some urinary tract problems, might be something you might want to take a look at. Also, Solaray has some different things going on sale as well, like the Collagen Bone Complete. It's a really good bone formula. It has collagen in it and calcium and magnesium and zinc and boron and, just a really good formula. Vitamin D. If you have some issues like osteoporosis or something like that. That might be the bone formula that you're looking for. They have their vitamin C on sale, their magnesium taurate. Did a seminar a couple months ago, and we had Brian Fletcher from BioOptimizers, and he was talking about magnesium at this seminar, and taurate was one of those that he talked about because it's in his magnesium formula by BioOptimizers. Had Morgan on from BioOptimizers, and he talked about the different forms of magnesium. Taurate is one of those. Taurine is very good for the heart. They combine those two together, and it works really well. So that's on sale. There's different ones that are on sale by Solaray, so, take advantage of those. Just check out all the different sales. We have a lot of new things in the store. If you're looking for tofurkeys, we have tofurkeys with the upcoming holiday. You could more than welcome to check those out as well. Also, remember, we have gift certificates, and I know that I encounter this as well. As the kids get older, they become harder to buy for, because they just get to that point, as we did as well, where you just, if you need something, you just go buy it. If you can afford to do that, if you can, go out and get it, you just go do it. So when it comes to the holidays, it's like when people say, oh, well, what do you want for your birthday? What do you want for Christmas? I don't know. I just don't really need anything, because you just go purchase whatever it is that you need at the time. So that's where gift certificates come in really, handy. And there's nothing better to give than a gift certificate of health. So we have gift certificates up at the store, and you can purchase them in any, there's no charge. You can purchase them at any quantity, value that you would like. We do a lot with gift certificates this time of year because of that. A lot of people just don't know what to buy, other people. So keep that in mind, that gift certificates might be the answer for you for this season. Okay, so today I don't have a guest on, so if you do have a question, you're more than welcome to give me a call, 724-438-4593, or watch on Facebook. We're on there as well. So, but I was going to talk about the brain. And I know a lot of people are, as we get older, are concerned about cognitive function and, losing, their memories, losing their trains of thought. They think sometimes when they set their car keys down and they forget where they set it, all of a sudden they have Alzheimer's, and that's not necessarily the case. Aging does play a role in different things when it comes to that. But if, in general, those small little things is not a sign of usually Alzheimer's. But if it becomes more severe, it's definitely something that you would want to have checked out to make sure that it isn't nothing, on that spectrum where it's causing, an issue. But there are a lot of people I know out there that are concerned about cognitive function and, what they can do to help. Because, cognitive impairment and dementia, they're public health concerns. It's just everybody, as older we get, that's one of the things. I think that, or eyesight, and possibly stroke and being impaired like that way, that's what we, I think, get more concerned about as we get older. And, when it comes to cognitive function, that can affect the quality of our lives. even our families' lives. So it's something that we want to possibly, if we can, do something early enough that we don't cause a burden possibly to our families or to the healthcare system, because that can be, a problem as well. So, there's different pharmacological, interventions that can be used for cognitive purposes, something you talk to your doctor about. But then there's also, dietary supplements, vitamins, minerals, antioxidants. And I brought down with me today a research review. It's called Improving Cognitive Function with Nutritional Supplements in Aging, a comprehensive narrative review of clinical studies investigating the effects of vitamins, minerals, antioxidants, and other dietary supplements. Excuse me so much. I forgot to turn my phone off. Let me just get rid of that. I apologize for that. But anyways, it's a review that deals with cognitive function and how vitamins and so forth affect. Now, I didn't bring the whole thing with 72 pages, but that included the research information and stuff with it as well. But so in this review, they talk about all different types of interventions using supplements, and they conducted, it was a literature review of all the different things from PubMed and clinical trials and the Cochrane Central Register of Controlled Trial databases. And they looked at all of them from 2018 to 2023. And the research looked at the specific things. They looked at vitamin A, vitamin B6, B9, B12, vitamin C, vitamin D, vitamin E, minerals, antioxidants, flavonoids, carotenoids, omega-3s. And then they looked at how it affected, cognition, memory, executive function, dementia, Alzheimer's, cognition disorders. So they looked at everything, and they looked at the fact of it was a controlled trial. They also looked at like dietary approach as well. So they looked at the DASH diet, they looked at high protein diet, the ketogenic diet, they looked at the low fat diet, the low glycemic diet. They looked at Mediterranean diet. They looked at the Mediterranean and DASH diet intervention, how that would affect, memory, cognitive function, and so forth as well. And in this, as they talked about each one, they said whether there was a whole lot of clinical trials that focused on this particular thing, or if using it in combination, if they got results. Vitamin A, for example, they found that there was no specific clinical trials that was done on purely vitamin A and cognitive function. So, but they did use vitamin A with other supplements later on in the research. And so it being used in combination had its benefits, but using it all by itself, they really didn't specifically find any scientific research that showed that it helped with memory and cognitive function. B vitamins, with regard to B vitamins, They looked at the beneficial role of folic acid, B12, B6 in preserving cognitive function. In the present study that they were looking at all of this, they observed that B supplementation administered to patients with magnesium, vitamin D, vitamin C, and DHA, which is one of the long-term or long-chain fatty acids found in omega-3s, resulted in a significant enhancement and substantial benefit in terms of memory and cognitive function in healthy adults, particularly when magnesium and the antioxidant vitamins were included. It says the combined supplementation of folic acid and B12 resulted in significant improvement in cognitive scores all by itself as well. But when they added DHA, they got a significant increase of cognitive function compared to the placebo group. Now, this was a 24-month regimen, that did that particular study when they added DHA to the folic acid and the B12. So, doing the B vitamins supplementation, we've talked many times in the past about folic acid and B12 and B6 being very good for the neuro degeneration system. For example, you'll find alpha lipoic acid and B6 and B2 together or B1 to help with that when it comes to somebody that has like nerve damage. They'll do supplementation like that. So, B6, B12, the B vitamins directly have an impact on our nervous system. So that's something that you can consider when you're looking at things for cognitive function. One of the things, though, I got to say with that is, when you're looking at the B vitamins, the B6, the B12, the B1, the B2, choline and inositol, all good B vitamins for the brain. A good multi, and I have to stress the fact of a good multivitamin plays a very important role. A lot of us just don't, because of the way our food is processed, the amount of chemicals and preservatives and so forth that is allowed either with growing our food or allowed in our food and the processing of it, definitely has an impact on how we are getting our vitamins and minerals and the absorption of them. So taking a good multivitamin is one way that you can assure yourself that you're going to be getting some of these good vitamins and minerals into your diet, daily. I personally, there's quite a few different ones. Bluebonnet has a really good one. It's a one a day. It's a whole food based multivitamin. Natural Factors has an excellent one. I can't talk enough about it. They have one for women and for men. It's called Whole Earth. It's 100% whole food multivitamin. It is just a one a day. It's a capsule form, but it has all your vitamins and minerals, but it has some extras like greens and antioxidants and so forth. I've been taking it for the last few months and really do like it. I get a really good energy from it. And it might be something you might want to stop up and check out. It's made by Natural Factors. It's called Whole Earth and Seed Multivitamin. But like I said, it's a capsule. It's a one a day. There's one for women, one for men. Take a look at that. I think you'll enjoy reading the different ingredients. I did not bring it down with me today, but keep in mind it should be the way that you get a lot of these things. Results on antioxidants and cognitive functions. Different antioxidants is like your vitamin A, your vitamin C, your vitamin E, minerals like selenium, chromium, zinc, your carotenoids, your flavonoids, your polyphenols, your lignans, which come from like flax. These are all components that protect against free radicals and helping maintain, healthy functioning cognitive processes such as memory and cognition and concentration. All of these antioxidants can help with that. Now they found, excuse me, in the current research summary, they found that resveratrol, for example, which comes from grapes, from the skin of grapes, 75 milligrams of resveratrol resulted in significant improvement in overall cognitive performance among middle-aged women. So, just 75 milligrams of resveratrol on a daily basis. And, they talked about resveratrol being a great antioxidant, for example, for anti-aging when it comes to telomeres. And someone told me that the best way to describe telomeres is shoestring. And the little band that's at the end of the shoestring, that be your DNA structure, and the telomeres, if the longer the telomere, the longer the lifespan. So, resveratrol can help to lengthen those telomeres. So that's a really good anti-aging benefit of resveratrol as well. So you'd get the two different benefits of it. Supplementation of 1,000 milligrams of vitamin C, carotenoids like lutein and zeaxanthin, supplementation as well as alpha lipoic acid also resulted in significant improvement in terms of attention, memory. So, those are antioxidants. Lutein, zeaxanthin, for example, you'll see that in a lot of different eye formulas. Those are two carotenoids that are found very highly in berries. That's why, like blueberries and so forth are recommended you should eat them on a daily basis, because of these different carotenoids, and they help with, the eyes as well. So you can get those there again. Another benefit, helps with the eyes, also helps with the brain and cognitive function. Vitamin D. Can't talk enough about vitamin D. There's just so many different uses. If you look up, Google vitamin D, get on PubMed and put in vitamin D, the amount of research that comes up on vitamin D is just astronomical. I guess that's a big word for that, but still there's just so much of it. Especially this time of the year, for example, just look out there today. There's no sun. It's daylight, but there's no sun, so we're not getting the vitamin D. So during this time of year, people get more depressed because of vitamin D levels being low, no sunlight, ultraviolet rays that help with the vitamin D. So experts usually tell people that have low vitamin D levels to begin with that this time of year, usually they tell them to double. That's what my doctor always tells me during this time of the year, since I have such a hard time keeping my vitamin D levels up, and mine was connected to possible hereditary genetic type problem that causes this. My levels will drop, and it definitely can cause different problems. When mine was extremely low, one of the first things that I did notice was like fog-mindedness. I just couldn't put words together or think of the word that I wanted to use because my levels was so low. Once I got my levels up, that all went away. My joint pain went away. So vitamin D plays a significant role in different areas of the body. Cognitive function happens to be one of those as well. Like I said, if you have low vitamin D levels to begin with, you may want to double up on whatever your doctor has advised you to take. Vitamin D supplementation can play a significant role in preventing dementia and enhancing cognitive function. A study involving 600 IUs of vitamin D3 per day showed significant effects on cognitive function and mood. But higher amounts is usually recommended to get these cognitive function results. So it might be something that you might want to have checked next time you go to the doctor. Get those vitamin D levels checked and make sure yours is. Everyone I have talked to in the medical field has always said that they would like to see their patients above 50. I know 30 to 100 is like the norm, but everyone, like I said, that I've talked to always said that they like their patients to be above 50. So get them checked, keep an eye on them. That does play a significant role in the immune system, in heart function, brain function, bones, is very important to the bone structure. Omega-3s. Of course, we have talked so much about omega-3s in the past for so many different reasons. For the brain, for the joints, for the heart. There's, like vitamin D, there's so much research is out there on omega-3s and how it affects each one of these situations, whether it's a chronic degenerative situation or just nutritional, supplementation and how it affects the body. There's a lot of omega-3 research that's out there. Not all of it, to be honest with you, is promising. Sometimes I think it's in the research, and that's okay. It's just, but there's a lot of it out there that definitely shows that omega-3 has some definitely purposes and benefits to, cognitive function. For example, in this particular study, they found that patients who received 1 gram of fish oil per day, either alone or in combination with vitamin E and carotenoids, experienced memory and mood improvement, a significant reduction in number of errors in memory tasks, and enhancements in attention and executive function. So that just shows you that just 1,000 milligrams a day, taken every day, can definitely have an impact on, your brain function. And it has anti-inflammatory effects. So, like we always say, the root of all evil is inflammation or stress. Stress causes inflammation. So there we go. Back to square one sometimes. Antioxidants, supplementation like vitamin C, vitamin E, can play, especially during aging, a significant preserving in cognitive function and help with cellular aging, help with cerebral impairments, neurodegeneration, cardiovascular. There's lots of research out there as well. Vitamin C is a potent antioxidant, can help protect the brain from oxidative stress, which can impair cognitive function. Vitamin C, it's like vitamin D. There's so many different, uses for it out there, but its antioxidant benefit can definitely help to help with, cognitive function. Research has been found between vitamin C and attention, concentration, executive function, memory, linguistics, conceptual thinking. Low levels of vitamin D can negatively affect mood, potentially leading to depression and cognitive impairment. So high levels are correlated with improved mood, reduced depression, and reduced confusion. So that's just vitamin C. Vitamin E is a fat-soluble antioxidant. It interacts and synergizes with other antioxidants like glutathione, selenium, vitamin C, carotenoids, Vitamin E has been shown to help protect cells from oxidative stress, particularly effective in maintaining neuronal integrity and function. So, once again, there's your multivitamin. It's going to give you vitamin C. It's going to give you vitamin A. It's going to give you vitamin E. Now, if you're having some of these issues already, it may be something that's the starter. The good multivitamin is a starter, and you may have to add something else to it to help with those situations. But once again, polyphenols like resveratrol, curcumin, which comes from turmeric, having those potent antioxidant effects, those anti-inflammatory effects, both of those might be one of those that you would want to add, to the multivitamin. Not hard to do. Curcumin, there's a lot of research that's out there as well. It's an active component of turmeric. Has very good anti-inflammatory and antioxidant properties to it. So a lot of people, use curcumin. It's been shown to cross the blood-brain barrier and exert neuroprotective effects with age-related cognitive decline. So, might be something you might want to add to that multivitamin. Have a lot of people up the store that said once they started using curcumin, they noticed that they had an improvement in their memory and also in mood because, it has that effect. Other polyphenols that you could add to a multivitamin, for example, you could add it through the diet. You could add berries. There's different teas like black tea, green tea, white tea. You could add those to your diet. Those have some fantastic antioxidants that can help with the brain function and cognitive function. Cacao is a bean that has fantastic antioxidants. So you could add that to your diet as well. Flavonoids have been shown to help with cognitive abilities, reduce the risk of dementia, enhanced memory and learning in older adults. So it is definitely something that you want to start putting into the diet maybe now. Green tea has been studied for years for its roles in protecting neurons and reducing the formation of amyloid plaques. That's what's found in Alzheimer's, and improving cognitive function. So green tea may be one of those things that you want to incorporate into your diet. All of these things that I'm talking about today, can be found online, or we have the information up at the store. Like I said, and it's in the journal Nutrients. It's called Improving Cognitive Function with Nutritional Supplements in Aging, a comprehensive narrative review of clinical studies investigating the effects of vitamins, mineral, antioxidants, and other supplements. I want everyone out there that's listening to know that there is research out there that's helping with all these different things. And that's what I want you to feel comfortable and, feel okay with the fact that if I'm taking this, I'm taking it because the research is out there showing that maybe, possibly for me, it might help me. And I want you to know that research out there. That's why I'm brought this down today, and to tell you about the different things that you can use to help with, if you're having a situation with the brain. Magnesium threonate. Randy and I talked a couple weeks ago about MIT did a lot of research on magnesium threonate and how it helped to with people that had cognitive function problems. In animal studies, it was shown to spur the growth of new brain cells and to help increase the number of synapses in the brain. Magnesium has been shown in these models to improve the ability of synapses to adapt and maintain the connections between brain cells that usually dwindle, during age. So magnesium threonate in adults aged 50 to 70 improved processing speeds such that the researchers concluded brain aging measures had been reversed by 9 years. So just by adding magnesium threonate, to your daily regimen can help with, the nervous system and the brain and helping to affect cognitive abilities. So it's been, shown to help support for brain metabolism, promoting growth of synapses and neurons, improving synaptic plasticity, neuroprotective effects. Magnesium reduces the neuroinflammation that contributes to neurodegenerative diseases, defends against oxidative stress, and protects neurons from dangerously high levels of neurotransmitter glutamate. Improvements in the gut-brain axis. That's extremely important. I mean, how many times do we talk about how the brain and the gut talk to each other? And so magnesium threonate, has been shown to help with that improvement of the gut microbiome and help, reduce some of these symptoms of that axis. So threonate, a deficit of magnesium has been linked to rapid aging and risk for many different types of neurodegeneration diseases. And once again, these are all things that have been shown clinically in research, in human trials, and also in animal trials. That's, so it's not just willy-nilly, some companies saying, hey, this works. No, there's actually research that's out there showing that it does help to improve overall cognitive abilities. And, just by taking, 1,000 milligrams a day, according to the research, magnesium threonate can help, and it crosses the blood-brain barrier as well. So like the turmeric, curcumin. So that could be something that helps with that also. Bacopa is another, it's a plant. It's a succulent plant, a creeping succulent plant, actually, found in India. It's been used for thousands of years as a natural tonic. 2016, the scientists performed research to verify the benefits of this herb. One study used bacopa to alleviate acute and chronic stress and showed the supplement helped prevent depletion of dopamine and serotonin associated with stressful situations. These are neurotransmitters. The recent studies discovered that bacopa offers dopamine support to neurons in areas of the brain involved in memory, specifically the hippocampus. Bacopa reduces oxidative stress from excessive mineral damage, including aluminum and mercury. Bacopa has been studied extensively in animal models, which suggests considerable protection against age-related neurodegeneration. In human studies, positive results were evident with usage of about 4 to 6 weeks and include improved memory, both in healthy persons and in elderly persons suffering from decline in function. So bacopa is one of those that you could possibly use. Vitamin D, magnesium threonate, omega-3s. Now, I brought down 2 products with me today that have a combination of different things in it. This one is called Total Brain Balance, supports healthy brain function, memory, focus, clear thinking. Now, it is a powder. I have a few people using it that says that they really like it. They've noticed a difference. You use a scoop a day. It has B6, like I said, the B vitamins, methylfolate, lion's mane. We've talked about lion's mane, the mushroom, for neuro situations, helping to heal those neurons. Lion's mane is in a lot of different products for the brain. It has N-acetyl L-tyrosine, ginkgo biloba, rhodiola, which is the Russian ginseng. It has L-theanine. We've talked about L-theanine, how it's been found in green tea. Very good with helping with clarity of the mind, calming the brain, so you're not going off in 15 different directions. Very good calmer to the brain. Phosphatidylserine, bacopa, like I just talked about. Huperzine A is in it also. Ashwagandha, the coffee fruit extract, and alpha GPC. Okay, so, but it's made by Doctor's Blend. It's called Total Brain Balance, and it is just one of those good combinations that possibly, if you're looking for something to help with brain function, whether you have a situation or you don't, and you just want to put something into the diet, maybe alongside that multivitamin, this could be something that you could just add a little bit of water every day and take it on a daily basis, and then see how things, work out. Phosphatidylserine, has been shown in several studies to help with memory. Improve memory. So could definitely be one of those things that you look at. I have taken this particular product. This is Power Thought, made by Blue Bonnet. I've taken it for years. And the reason being is because when you're, reading and looking up all these things, and you need to retain so much of that information. So Power Thought, like I said, is one of their oldest combinational vitamins that Blue Bonnet has, and it has B6 in it and B12, pantothenic acid. It has L-glutamine, which is an amino acid that can help with the brain, pyroglutamic acid, DMAE, L-tyrosine, phosphatidylcholine, phosphatidylserine, taurine, and ginkgo biloba. One of the first things, and I know we're coming up on the hour, but one of the first things that I noticed when I was started taking this product, I did 2 a day for the first month, and then I went to 1 a day. And I would do 1 a day, 5 days a week, and I always took the weekends off. But one of the first things that I noticed with using it was, there's so many different companies that we dealt with, and so many account numbers, and so many telephone numbers, and so forth. After a month of using Power Thought, now this is just a personal experience, and I've had several other people that said that they've definitely noticed difference as well after a month or two. I didn't need to look up those telephone numbers anymore. I didn't need to look up those account numbers anymore. They were just right there. Every time, Solar A, this, da-da-da-da-da, account number, da-da-da-da, Nature's Way, here's the account number, no matter what it was like lickety-split. It was right there. I really appreciate that product. Like I said, they have a new product called Brain Formula. It's one of the targeted choices. It's not the same. They're two different products. The Brain Formula has some of the other herbal side brain formulas in it. So that might be one way that you want to go. Has a rhodiola and stuff in it, lion's mane. So that might be the way that you want to go. But this one, I really do appreciate that one. So anyways, I know this is a lot of information when it comes to the brain, because there is a lot of information that is out there. And I didn't even really and truly even, touch everything. There's still, amino acids and phosphatidylcholine and the different neurotransmitters, that's affected, by brain function. And, so like I said, there's a lot of information out there, but if you're interested, I do have the article up at the store. If you want to read more about it, you can get online, go under that, and read it on your own as well. All right. Well, thank you very much for listening, and stop up and check us out. Till next week.
This is CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by O'Reilly Auto Parts.
I'm Cammie McCormick. Lawmakers are hearing today from the admiral who Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth says ordered a second strike on a suspected drug boat back in September. Senator Tom Cotton told reporters afterwards Hegseth gave no order to kill them all.
The first strike, the second strike, and the third and the fourth strike on September 2nd were entirely lawful and needful.
Democratic Representative Jim